Hi, Mosaic students. My name is Miss Bell, and I'll be one of the kindergarten teachers for next year. I am so excited to meet all of you, and I hope you're all staying home with your families and doing well. Today, I'm going to read a story with you called How Full is Your Bucket? Written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer, and illustrated by Mallory J. Manning. Remember, the author writes the words and the illustrator paints the pictures. At Kit Mosaic, we have core values that is so important to us for us to live by. As a team and family, we stay curious, we bring joy, we make connections, we take action, and we grow. One of my favorites is we grow, because it doesn't mean just with math and reading. It also means growing our hearts and our character as well. In today's story, we're going to focus on we grow. Because as a team and family, we grow. And in this book, we'll see how this boy, Felix, grows in his character and his heart. Before we read, let's look at some guiding questions to help us stay focused on what's important in the story and what we need to learn. Our first question is, how does Felix grow? The second question is, what is this book mostly about? Not the little details, but what is it mostly about? So while we're reading, let's keep these questions in mind so we can figure out what's important in the story. Are you ready? Felix is putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister Anna came in. "I want to build with you," she said to Felix. "You're too little," he scowled. "Go away." "I'm big. Stay back or you'll knock it over." "I can be very careful." "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." Thwack! "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. And when it's empty, she feels bad. And when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your bucket?" Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandpa was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting to go to this morning, and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." Felix slipped and chocolate scattered across the floor. "Felix!" yelled his mom. "You should have used a stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and a big invisible drop drip out. Drip. "Ha ha," Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean it up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. Drip. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the choco-wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it." Drip. "Psst, Felix, psst." Drip. "Watch out, Shrimp." Drip. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped in his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumpernickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look at it. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land in his bucket. Drop! The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and they oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read, "The end," everyone clapped. Even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Drop, plink, drop. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. At lunch, he received a note from his mom that said, "I love you." Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. Drop. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had buckets too. Let me help you. Drop, drop. Hey, here's your ball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yeah, I'm Amir. Drop, drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt a drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst into the door after school, he shouted, "You are right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. Bad dog, he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. Your doll will be okay, Anna, said Felix. Mom will fix her. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did. The end. So now that we're done with the story, let's look back at our guiding questions. How does Felix grow? How does he grow? Felix grows because in the beginning of the story, he was mean to his little sister. He didn't care if she was sad or how she felt. He didn't worry about her feelings. But then at the end of the story, he cared about his sister's feelings. He cared about his friends' feelings, and he did things to help make them feel better. So he grew in his character and his heart. The second question, what is this book mostly about? This book is mostly about how important it is to treat others with kindness. Every time Felix put a drop into somebody else's bucket, he felt a drop in his bucket. So every time he was nice to somebody else, he felt good too. So when you're kind to others, not only do they feel good, but you feel good. So this is so important for us to be kind to our friends and to our family and anybody we meet. Don't forget about our Mosaic Read Aloud Challenge. Do something that helps you grow. Have an adult take a picture of you doing something that you enjoy. Have your family member share that picture to our Facebook group, or you can text or email the pictures to Mr. Presley. Anyone who participates this week will go into drawing for a free pizza delivery. Thank you so much for reading with me today. Have such a great day.